the program, but I have prepared a few words. Okay. Dearly beloved, we've got. That's the wrong one. No, actually, when I came here and relieved Jim about 7 years ago, one of the things that drew me here was the strength of the staff. Marquita, Chris, Kathy were the solid pillars in the consulting community that really provided stability and provided the kind of library information that helped move our libraries forward. So it was a real pleasure to come here, and so we have a few things that we want to present to Kathy, so I'm going to require her to come up and stand. First off, we have a plaque that I'm going to read, and it says, presented to Kathleen D. Rippel. During 17 years of service with the Central Kansas Library System, you worked tirelessly to provide equal access to information and library materials to all Kansans. Does this sound like a library? You were instrumental in establishing Pathfinder Central Interlibrary Loan Consortium, PIL, automating circulation and cataloging for small and rural libraries across central Kansas. Presenting workshops throughout Kansas and beyond, you shared your passion for genealogy with many librarians, library patrons who are now sharing that spirit and information with others. Your ever-present smile and avid interest in all things library have been an inspiration to those who have been privileged to work with you. With heartfelt appreciation for 17 years of outstanding service, dedication, vision, and leadership, the Central Kansas Library System. No, that's not all. Wait, there's more. Okay, so, okay, here's Fred. Fred, come give me a hand now with this.
I have a flat tire.
We know that that retired librarians never die. They just keep on doing library work. So we have, and I don't see Mary Ann and her husband June. Her husband's not June, it's Mary Ann June. Because he's the one that actually helped us with this project. This is a plaque that goes on the little free library that's going to go in front of Chris and Kathy's house in different points.
They always said they needed an outlet out there.
And in perpetuity, Kathy has access to any of the materials down in the basement that we use to stock the Little Free Library, and it is registered with the Little Free Library, and we hope that you check out some books. So let's unveil it.
Especially if you live in this. What'd you say? It's your own little Carnegie. That's right. Fancier than any library I've worked in.
Now, wait a minute.
We don't have all the stuff like that.
So anyway, we hope that I just assumed you use the Great Bend Public Library, but should you be at Bissell Point, feel free to stop by and check out. And then I have one more thing, and I think the Little Free Library's on it. Okay, so this is a poem called Librarians and Leisure. And it was written by Lila Breck in 2009. How do librarians spend their time when their working days are through? How do they fill those long empty days what activities will they pursue? Do they catalog their pantries? Do they alphabetize the soup? And make labels for kitchen shelves and arrange vegetables into groups? Or perhaps it's to the closets their attention they might turn and transform their wardrobe chaos using skills they long ago learned. No shirt will be uncatalogued, no dress shall lack a space. Their undies, socks, and ties will all have a Dewey-inspired place. Then, of course, there's the attic with items saved, set aside, and hoarded. The photos, knickknacks, and sundries, of course, must all be sorted. But when these tasks are finished, and to leisure in the bibliophile looks, the pot of gold is their long amassed, patiently awaited, greatly anticipated, glorious stack of unread books. Okay, thank you for coming. Keep enjoying.
Congratulations. Yeah.
We have something first.
Oh,
But wait,
and then I know I'm the shy type, but I'll probably say something.
If I could have technical services and interlibrary loan, please join me. Or
Where people can see you.
the girls.
The girls.
And Crystal, yes, the girls and Crystal. Me? Oh, first of all, from the staff, from GB and CK, we would like to present you a certificate. From North, that's entirely up to you.
From North?
This is for your
I thought
spare
it was
time.
Prairie View for a minute, but then I said North View.
Thank you.
And there was input from everyone in our building, but we would like to present to you a book for you that might entice your reading for a while.
you're going to take your other way.
Bring it up.
I'm not going anywhere. That's just for mementos.
Oh my gosh, that's the first picture you put in. This is great, because they've got a book of all kinds of pictures from over the years in the libraries. So we'll share this with anybody that wants to look at it. But some of them, it's amazing that I used to look that way.
Also, there's some emails from people that she worked with in the past or for.
Oh, wow.
And so those are a part of the book. So I hope that you do take some time and look at it. And Kathy has been a very rock person. And
Don't start.
well, best boss ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm the kind of the newest kid on the block. Crystal may be newer, but one of the things that she gave me a chance, I was a lonely nurse who really hadn't had a job in 20 years, so anyway, I got to come and had the pleasure of working with all these wonderful people. And last night I was wondering, so how many reference interviews did Kathy do upstairs? With like what, there's got to be a record somewhere, so Chris, you can find that. And then I start thinking, how many originally cataloged interesting items have gone through your hands? And that legacy is probably pretty rich, so I'm sure she could tell us a lot of tales about church cookbooks and
You've heard
church,
lots of
DVDs from sporting events across the small libraries in our systems, and truly her legacy will be rippled through the system for an awfully long time. So anyway, thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying your time here.
Margie asked me this morning, she says, how many numbers do you think that Kathy has done? And I said, you know, to get an account, it has lots of commas. So, but she has been a great boss, and we strive for good records. And Holly, do you want to say anything?
I hate to see her go, but we all have to spread our wings. She's been
Missy?
very good to me.
She took a chance on me. I've been a work-from-home, stay-at-home mom, and when I came to interview with her, I was a little nervous about working in a basement all day long. But, you know, I go upstairs and don't even think about looking outside now. We've had a lot of fun on the road. We even shared a bed one time. So we've had a lot of good times together.
And Crystal has been a part of technical and interlibrary loan the last month or two, and she will take Kathy's place. But we're hoping that Kathy will come back down and see us, and because I'm sure there's something that I forgot to ask you, Kathy. Yeah, so, and we also want to thank Kathy Nelson. Where's Kathy out? Would you please stand, Kathy?
great, yeah.
She's the one that put the tree of Kathy's life of reading together for us. Kathy submitted it to Holly, and then the other Kathy. We have 3 Kathys in the building. Only one with a K, though. But please look at the beautiful picture, and thank you all for coming. We appreciate that. So, thank you.
Yeah. As you know, my voice would carry, but I'll use this. I want to thank everyone that's here today, because in some way, and Renee started this, so if I tear up, just bear with me. All of you in some way have affected my library career. That's it. And whether it's a library in one of the other communities that we've served as a CKLS representative, or consultants and librarians from other communities that I've worked with around the state, and the staff that I worked with, what they talked about is I was 17, well, it said 17 years for CKLS, but actually in December of '85, I started working upstairs for Great Bend Public Library, and so everybody upstairs has been part of that family too. Yes. Has been part of my family. There's only one left up there that actually worked with me from Great Bend, but excuse me. But still, I've enjoyed working with everybody up there for these years too. Some of you have retired that used to work. Loretta used to be my bookkeeper here. I don't know who else that I've supervised has been here, but Jim and Harry have been bosses that could let me do my job, and I learned a lot over the years just from being here and learning by example, and I hope I passed on a little bit of that to everybody else. And these ladies here have been a great crew to work with, and I'm going to miss being here, but Crystal's going to do a great job. Thank you. And thank you for all the goodies, too. And thank you for being here. And thank you to my family,
When I talked with Bev about coming over for this meeting today, I told her, I said, did you ever hear the story about how Kathy got the job of doing the automation for the system? know, but you'll have to tell me that.
I hope I remember it.
Well,
You asked.
yeah. The deal was that Kathy spent, I don't know, countless hours automating the upstairs library. The public library. Yeah, with the Fina. And that lasted pretty well. But then she moved downstairs and we were gonna automate the whole system. And we looked at a lot of different systems, automation systems. And we finally decided on a web-based system that we have now, and you call it what? Pathfinder Central. So that was good. She did a good job with that.
Using Cohop.
Yeah. And so I knew we were looking at a big job, and I called her into my office and I told her that I wanted her to do that job. And because it was a big step forward, I gave her, I thought was a pretty good raise. Now, I don't know, she thought it was, but.
There were times.
Huh?
There were times I wondered if it was.
I believe you, Kathy, but I thought she did a great job with Great Bend Public Library, and then she turned around and did a great job with CKLS too. And I'm glad that we had the vision. I didn't quite get it at first, but I think all the libraries in CKLS are now automated.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Got a few more to go.
Wow.
At the end of next year, they'll all be automated.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of vision. And so I want to congratulate you for that vision, and because I didn't quite get it at first. I'm serious.
Well, you kicked the ball off.
Well, you know, I didn't quite have the vision of CKLS paying for everything. But as it turned out, the courier service turned out to be a money-saving deal for CKLS. And so that was like CKLS will pay for courier service for everybody.
Pretty much.
And it ended up saving CKLS money. At least that's what I thought that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you all know that Kathy she did a great job, upstairs and downstairs. And I want to thank her for taking the ball and running with it, because that was her job. That's how I saw your job. And I try not to interfere too much.
You did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, congratulations.
I guess I should wrap up.
I knew Kathy was.
Hello. I'm sure I could project my voice as well. I'm Megan, Kathy's daughter, and I don't know if they were planning on saying something, because I wasn't planning on saying anything either. But I just want to say that the librarian legacy that's in our family, I think all of my siblings maybe worked in libraries and all of that, but just growing up and...
So did all my siblings.
It's many generations. And so I just remember alphabetizing cards. She'd bring home big stacks of cards, so we'd alphabetize them on the floor. And gosh, so many conversations just randomly about cataloging and interlibrary loan and how does that really work. And we have shared some of the same places that we've worked. And she had said that, or whenever I would go places, I work at the state library in case people don't know me, and I'd go places, and whenever I'd be introduced for so many years, it'd be, oh, and this is Kathy's daughter, and people go, oh, because everybody in the entire state knows who my mom is, and then it's like, and then Chris, and then you just the whole package. So people really knew me pretty quickly, and I just think that that's such a great thing. And even one time she said she went somewhere and somebody said, oh, you're Megan's mom. I was like, how does that feel? But I just know that for so many more years, it's going to be a really long time that I'm going to be hearing, oh, you're Kathy's daughter, because you just had such an impact across the entire state and everything. And I just wanted to thank you for those librarian values and everything. And We followed in your footsteps.
I do want to say on that, a family story though, because now we do have quite a few of us that either have or do work in libraries. And when my sister Shannon was getting ready to apply for her present position as the director at Council Grove, my sister-in-law said, "Oh no, you're not going to turn into one of them." Because our family conversations at holidays quite frequently do get around to libraries. And the non-librarians, their eyes roll.
I did know the Rippels before I actually started working at CKLS. And when I was given a position here, I was, oh my gosh, I get to work with the Rippels. So I do know the statewide knows even the library clerks, because I was a library clerk at the time. And I emailed Kathy while I was in graduate school and got quotes from her for my papers. So it is a real honor to be here training with her. And I want to thank her for all of her training and everything that she's done for libraries. And I want to thank all of you for coming.